What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and today I am here to review Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. Now, I'm going to be kind of general with this trilogy overall, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about each specific game. But the goal of it, of course, is going to try and be to talk about the trilogy as a whole, if you should buy the entire game. And because the game is really a collection of 3 games, it'll be important to talk about each one. So overall, I think this trilogy is fantastic. I really like it. They did exactly what I wanted, and I hope it's what everybody else wanted too. We, as a community, want Crash back. We know that. And this game, like I said in the preview with Nick, is very much a test. If this sells well, who knows what could be in the future. Maybe we get remasters of other games like Sly. Maybe, we're already getting Shadow of the Colossus. Or maybe we get a brand new Crash Bandicoot game. Definitely possible, especially if this game sells well, which, as it seems right now, this game is selling extremely well, and that's great to hear. So overall, this game is fantastic. It's everything you loved about Crash Bandicoot back then, and it holds up extremely well. In general, all 3 of these games have a lot in common. They're all in a way made from the ground up again. They look fantastic. They really do look 2017. You can see the fur on Crash. The environment looks better. And honestly, watching it on YouTube, watching like the videos of this game coming out, like in just small snippets that we did see it before the game did come out, the game looked really good, but I don't think it really did it good enough justice for how good it really looks. These games actually look beautiful. Beautiful. There are some really good looking games. I love the animation and the style of these games look like. It has such a nice new polish to it, and while also keeping what made them special in the first place. The nostalgia is there full force. I remember so many of these levels. I remember the bosses. I remember the enemy types. I remember it all. And to see it again, but see it with this new polish, this 2017 flavor, is so great to see. And like I said, it really holds up. The gameplay holds up for the most part. It feels actually really good almost the entire time. Yes, there is some problems with it, and I'll talk about that. I want to maybe do all the positives first. Looking wise, gameplay for the most part holds up. And in terms of what it comes with, these are some meaty games. Firstly, it's only $40. This is not a full price game, and so it's easier, I think, to swallow for people to drop money on it, because it's not super expensive. It's $20 below a normal retail game, but it comes with 3 games. Now, these games are not that long. There's 5 bosses, and there's around 25 levels for each game. So overall, that's not super long, and I think you could beat each game probably 3 hours each game if you tried. So that's around 9. But the replayability is definitely there. This is a game that you can replay over and over for multiple reasons. Trophy-wise, it's very important if you want to get all the trophies. In terms of collecting everything, and in going with that trophy talk, if you want to do that and you want to get everything, you're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to replay these levels. You're going to have to make time challenges. You have to actually complete them. You're going to have to break every single box. And these are no easy feats. These are extremely difficult things. Not to mention that the game itself is just excruciatingly hard. And so playing it straight through and expecting to beat every level on the first time is not going to happen. And that in that way does extend the replayability. You're going to be able to play it for a longer stretch of time. As for the negatives, the gameplay does hold up. And I talked about in another video about how difficult this game is, and I wasn't lying. These games are very, very hard. And I don't know if that's because they were always this hard and we were lucky or didn't care as much when we were younger, or we've just all progressively gotten worse at video games and this game is showing us how bad we really are. Because this game is difficult. But a lot of it is my fault, like as a gamer. In some ways, though, it's the game's fault, and that's what games, I think, strive to always try to not be, is if it's really difficult, you don't often want it to be the fault of the game. You want it to be your fault, and you want to be able to learn from it. Well, this game has some sticking issues. It has bad platforming at times if it's going like straight forward, especially if it's in a dark environment like the caves. You can't judge your jumps. And Crash is he's more flowy, he's more free, but he's also kind of sticks more, where you can miss a jump by like an inch, and it's because Crash will kind of stick and won't make the full jump. There's no half jumps. You have to fully put both of his feet on the platform you're jumping to. So you have to even give yourself a little bit of space. You can't kind of be on like the edge. This isn't like Uncharted where you can jump and grab onto the edge and pull yourself up. It's not like that. You have to fully make the jump. So jumps are hard. Enemies, obviously, it's one-hit kill. Enemies are sometimes annoyingly difficult in terms of you don't see them coming, or your spin move is just right before them, like his radius of the circle he makes is just short of the enemy, and then the enemy walks into you and you die. You know, the rolling with the boulders, the running away parts, the running with the boulders, running away from like animals, those are pretty good. Even the ones where you're on an animal and you're going straight pretty fast, that's pretty good too. Crash Warped, in terms of racing, is not very good, like at all. It never did hold up, really. This is no Mario Kart. It's not as fun as Mario Kart. It's very, very clunky. They even said that, though. They said they weren't going to change much about the racing, and they didn't. Other than it looks better, they really didn't change too much about it, and you can feel it. Like, these are some bad racing controls, and it shows. In terms of the games individually, they're all great. Crash 2, I still do think, is the best game. Crash 3, I think, has the easiest time going through it. I think you can have maybe the most enjoyable experience in Crash 3 because it's not that difficult. You can kind of just run through the levels, which in that way makes it a very good game. But also, you know, just the bosses are still really, really good. The levels are really well put together in 3. They're longer. There's different paths you can go to. 2, I think, is the overall best experience. It's very difficult, but it's also a lot of fun. You know, they really took a lot of steps from Crash 1, and Crash 1 is very, very good as well. For a first game in the franchise, and for the first game in this trilogy pack, it's extremely good. It's just super difficult. And that can be a deterrent for a lot of people. It could really turn you off if you die like 15 times in one level as I have. So I want to know what you guys thought of Crash Bandicoot and Sane Trilogy. Leave it in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to Podcast Now, our YouTube channel, for more of this content. Make sure if you're here for the giveaway, you leave a comment in the comment section that would qualify you to enter the giveaway. You need to do one on one of these 3 videos, which they're all out now. Review the game's ranked, and why is Crash so hard. Those are the 3 videos. You need to comment on one of these in order to be entered for the giveaway. Thank you guys so much for watching these Crash videos and entering the giveaway, or even if you didn't, thank you for watching this video and all the videos, and I will see you guys on the next one.